Hey YouTube, what's up? My name is Sammy. I've been dropshipping on eBay for the last 8 years, and today we have a guest. Farouk, do you want to you want to introduce yourself and just give us your backstory?
Hey guys, my name's Farouk. I've been with Sammy for about a month. I've had maybe too much success, and I got hit with the MC11 because I did too much in sales, and so I need to create new accounts, and Sammy's gonna be helping me out.
Yeah. So Farouk, before we begin, g give us the story what happened with your account and what got you here to have this conversation.
Yeah, so I sniped a couple items. Actually, I didn't even snipe that much. I sniped probably like 30 items. I got lucky with one, and I found a really good item that was selling like 20 a day, or not 20 a day, but like 20, 30 in total. And I got like uh, over 100 sales in less than a month, and I did 7,000 revenue, and they hit me with MC11.
Right. And how's that going? Are you resolving it or what's the situation on that?
Yeah, so I'm working with Marty. He was super helpful. He did all the stuff for me. He did it the same day, like in a few hours. The same day I got it, I reached out to him. He created the stuff for me to send to eBay.
Hmm.
They when I did it right then, they didn't even remove my listings, but I guess they reviewed it, and then right after they removed all my listings. Like I made 20 sales literally the day that I got hit with MC11, and then right after they reviewed it, removed all my listings, and then said, "Hey, they said give me the tracking for each of your items."
Hmm. I gotcha.
And so that's where I'm at right now. So
I gotcha. And so do you know what you're doing to upload the trackings?
yeah, so yeah, I mean for the most part, I was already using TrackerBot, and I was using WD Track, so it wasn't actually saying delivered. I had to convert it, but for me right now, it's a waiting game. It's the products I was selling a lot of, they were coming from AliExpress, and then right now it was the Chinese New Year or whatever, so they're all delayed. It's just gonna take time, like probably another week. They haven't even moved for like a whole week, so.
Okay. I gotcha. I gotcha. So right now you're trying to diversify by creating more accounts, yeah?
Yeah, exactly, because right now I can't do much on that account, so I want to create more.
Yeah. How many accounts are you trying to make right now? So we have like a basis.
Well, I want to create as much as possible, but I'm scared, right? I don't want to do it incorrectly because I don't know if you remember, but I created one and got MC99 because I wasn't sure what I was doing, and so I don't
Yeah.
want to make any mistakes.
Yeah. So to begin with, if you're gonna make multiple accounts, in my opinion, you should make at least three to five, depending on how you're gonna do it.
Mhm.
Because that is usually the next step. And if you can get to like five more counts, right, you're like the income becomes like pretty dramatic. You know what I mean? Like right off the
Yeah, I
bat.
do. I do. It's just, I don't want to, one, I don't want to do it wrong, and I mean, honestly, with even one, I didn't expect to do that well. I was already overwhelmed, so with one, so
Yeah. So it's always so this is how the it usually works, yeah. The hardest account to create is always your first one. And
Mhm.
then the second, third, fourth, fifth, all of them become easy after that because you learn all the building blocks on that first account, and it just becomes a matter of copy and paste after. To get what I mean? So
Yep,
you're
yep.
up.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So, Farouk, do you know how to create the accounts? Do you have like clarity on it, or like did you watch that video, in the account creation thread?
I've watched many videos and I've watched them several times, but
Mhm.
it's just hey, am I missing something? Am I doing it wrong? I don't want to do it wrong. So
Okay, so
yeah, to
explain to
answer your
me the
question, I did.
process. Explain to me the process.
So you want to have an unlinked account. You want to have in order to do that, you want to have a variation of your name. So, do I need to give an example of that too?
Yeah, just explain to me like how, okay, so let's do this. Explain to me how you're going to create your second account and I'll listen to it and then I'll correct anything that I hear, yeah?
Okay, so I'm gonna get a whole new device. I'm gonna get a new laptop, mini PC, whatever. I'm gonna first of all, I'm gonna kind of browse on it and get the cookies in just because it's fresh and kind of before I even go on eBay, I want to make sure like eBay doesn't find it suspicious. You know,
So
browse.
so let's start again.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah.
me like the entire journey and don't leave anything out because you got, let's say you got a new computer, but what about the IP address that you're going to use?
Right, right, right. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna get a static IP, which I'm working on. I kind of got quotes and such. And I had more
Good,
questions on that, but I'm gonna get a static IP, connect that on that new computer.
good.
Um, and then from there, I'm gonna kind of warm up the browser, whatever, get the cookies in. Um, I won't use Chrome at first. I'll just use Firefox or something.
Good.
And
The
then,
latest version of Firefox. So just
yep,
remember that.
yep. And then from there, I'm gonna let it do its thing for a few days, and then I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the eBay account from there. I'm gonna do a variation of my name, like change up a few details, a few like letters in the end or whatever. Same thing with social, address that's never been used before.
So
Um,
let's pause on the variation of your name. So what I would recommend would be not to use a variation of your name, but
mm,
use a name that doesn't exist that's
okay.
similar to your name. So it could be like a variation or something, but it still needs to sound real. Do you get what I
Hmm.
mean? In
Hmm.
case, imagine like you put X-Man 360 and then your account suspended and you had to call eBay and they're like X-Man 360. Like, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
They're gonna be weirded out.
right. Gotcha. So, I mean, can it be completely different? Because my brother kind of did that, but I'm scared like when he actually verifies, is he gonna get banned? Because
No,
his,
because we've seen it like where there was like a white guy and then he changed and then a Chinese guy he changed it to a Chinese name after. You know,
okay,
so
okay, yeah.
so a complete dramatic change does work. I would recommend maybe for me personally, I'm a bit more like skeptic. So I
Mhm.
would do something that is, you know, maybe you put your nickname or your middle name and then and then not and then regarding your last name, you do like a misspelling or something. Not a misspelling, but like a variation. There's many
Yeah,
ways to spell Farouk.
yeah, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Did I miss anything? I mean, I think did I say the SIM already? The new SIM on the phone.
Yeah, so
You
we didn't
know.
talk about the sim yet, but we're just talking about the variation of the name.
Hmm.
Is it clear that it has to sound real and it also this is very important. It shouldn't
Hmm.
exist,
Hmm.
right? Because you don't
Understood.
the reason why I say this is because let's say that I put your name and I'm creating an account, then eBay might pull up your profile, right? And maybe someone in the world, maybe they'll find that person on Google or something. So you want it to be like a name where if they try to Google it, there's no information on it. There's no public record of it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
remember watching one of your videos where you said that. Yeah. So
Yeah. So
understood.
exactly. So just remember that. Make sure it sounds real, but also doesn't exist specifically in the area where you're creating the account.
Okay. Gotcha.
Good.
Gotcha.
Good. Tell me about the date of birth, the SSN, um, the and the EIN in the company. Are you gonna make it? Are you gonna make it with an LLC or are you gonna make it a sole prop?
So that was one of my questions. What is better? Do you suggest one over the other?
I would go with creating an LLC.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I have one right now. And like the account that I have currently doesn't, it's just like on my own name. So this new one that I do, it's going to be on that LLC. And there's going to be variation on the LLC's name, right? On the
exactly.
EIN as well. On the EIN as well. I don't think. I've
Yes.
heard you talk about that. Oh, okay. So when you create it under the LLC, do they also ask for the social,
The
your
EIN.
social?
Yeah, they do ask for the SSN for the primary contact. So even the LLC, the name, the EIN, all of that stuff is a variation,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Like you don't put the like so that way the account gets suspended, who cares? Like you only burnt
Mm-hmm.
everything that's fake.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the date of birth, like, and for the primary contact, the date of birth, SSN, EIN, sorry, the name,
Mm-hmm.
date of birth, SSN, all of that stuff. If the account gets suspended, who cares, right? You can try
Gotcha.
again. You didn't burn any real information. So the only
Gotcha.
thing that you'll be burning if the account gets suspended is the address, one, and the bank account, two, and you're going to be
Mm-hmm.
burning the phone number, which all three is replaceable. Like you can get those easily again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood that part.
The
So,
most
so
valuable thing is the SSN. So that's what you don't want to burn. That's why we don't put it in on creation.
I understand that part. So as far as like, let's say I did like let's say I did 10 LLCs. They're all different. So you're saying I can use I can use a variation at first, but then when I actually verify, right, whenever eBay actually verifies and asks for the legit one, I can use the real one that I have under my name.
Yes, exactly. And then you put in the real information. You're gonna have to.
Okay.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
would I would make one LLC and I would make like five accounts or 10 accounts or whatever you want.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, what do you suggest? Like, what's the safer number?
I would go I like to stick with five because the more accounts you have, it's not that you're gonna get suspended today, but let's say like 10 months down the line, you have a series of bad like events, unfortunate events that happen on one
Hmm.
account. Now all
Hmm.
these accounts are linked, and then you're gonna have a chain reaction, like all 10 go. Do you get what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
like if you made 1,000 accounts under the same LLC, then that situation is almost guaranteed to happen. So it's more
So
about risk management.
I remember watching one of your videos with like the guys where you guys did like a challenge creating a bunch of LLCs the same week, or not LLCs, but accounts, eBay accounts the same week. And I, I,
Mhm.
I didn't understand it back then, but I think what you guys did is like under the same LLC, you guys just created like a bunch of accounts, right?
Yeah, yeah, and
Okay.
that's how we do it now. In the beginning, when we first started, we didn't know you can do this, so we were just firing up like an LLC per account. Now, through the experiments of the community, we realized, hey, we can make as many as accounts as we want with just one LLC.
Yeah, because I was like, how are like, do you guys just have LLCs ready? Like, doesn't it take time to make and such? But yeah, that makes a lot more sense, you know?
Well, if you think about it technically, when we're creating the eBay account, it's not like we're putting in the real information anyways.
Oh,
So
that's
the
right. That's
LLC
right.
doesn't even have to exist, quote unquote. The only reason that we're making the LLC is because you want to keep the business clean in the sense where, if you put in your own bank account instead of the LLC's bank, then things will get
Hmm.
messy as you go.
And so let's say I created a brand new account, no LLC. Like I didn't even have an LLC yet. I just created it. Um, and then, a month down the line, whatever, eBay's like, hey, can you verify? Like how long is there like a time limit on when you have to verify or you just can't sell anymore until you do?
You can't sell anymore until you do, or you're not gonna get payouts until you do.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
here's the real danger of it all, right? So that does work, right? I do have an account, and this one, like, don't ask me about taxes because I'm still figuring this one out. But I
Gotcha.
have one account where it's under a company, but I
Hmm.
opened it with my own personal bank and I use my sister's name.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's like, like it's
Yeah,
still
yeah, yeah.
running.
Yeah. Yeah, gotcha. I mean, I had I don't want to go like out of order in my questions, but I had some questions about taxes too. So,
Yeah, yeah. So that's why like if you just have like the bank account first,
Hmm.
It makes it simple. And then you also there's a reason why I never update the bank account. The moment you update the bank account, they're gonna re-verify your account,
Hmm.
and that can lead to
Gotcha.
suspension.
Gotcha. Yeah,
So
I go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
yeah, so any of like your account details, like that section on your account, you don't after the account creation, you never touch it unless eBay gives you a specific form. Right? We've noticed even the username, if you change it, you might get suspended. And I have gotten suspended for changing just the username.
Jeez, sorry about that. Okay,
Yeah, no worries.
gotcha,
No worries.
gotcha.
Okay, so tell me about the phone. Tell me what phone you'd be using.
Yeah, so I had a question on, so can I use like the eSIM, or do you suggest like a brand new, and then like a new service as well?
I,
Does it
I,
really
I,
matter?
it doesn't matter. I think as long as the eSIM is coming from like a reputable company, AT&T, Verizon, etc. So
Right.
don't use anything obscure that no one has ever used before, and no voice over IP, none of that stuff. No virtual numbers. Everything has to be common,
Okay.
even the
And
bank
and
account.
yeah, yeah, that part I understood. So, as when you use the eSIM, right, you don't actually need a new phone, right?
No, like
Okay.
you can have like 1,000 eSIMs on one phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so it is better. I already asked you that one. Can I ask you about taxes? Like, is that
Um,
something?
so I'm from Canada, so my
Yeah,
taxes are a bit different than yours. You know what I mean?
gotcha, gotcha.
So
Could I ask it anyway?
yeah, ask it.
Well, okay, so let's say I create an account like under my dad's name.
Mhm.
I use the LLC. I use the LLC on the account, but like let's say he's the owner of the LLC. So will the taxes be under his name or just under the LLC? I hope that
Good
makes
question.
sense.
Good question. Good question. So if when you're creating the account, right, instead of choosing single member LLC, right?
Mhm.
You would be checking the box where it says multiple like multi-entity LLC or something, the second one. And so it's when you click that one, the taxes get, instigated on the LLC and not on the individual. Because if you click single member LLC, it's going to be a pass-through entity to the person. But the second option is going to give it to the LLC. Do you get what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha. And I had a question that my friend wanted to ask, but she kind of wants it to be private. I don't think she wants it to be
Sure.
recorded. So, uh,
Sure.
can I ask that later on?
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
we'll do it after that.
All right, cool. And so I had a question on the static IPs. So I think I saw one of your videos where you said a new service is also fine, a new service that's not a static IP. So for example, right now I have Comcast and then I get like a new service with T-Mobile,
Mhm.
and that's like kind of the same thing, just like a new IP. Is that fine under the same home?
100%. 100%.
Okay. So
But
why do you
the question would be that why? Because it's the static IPs, you get like $50, you can get like 50 IPs. And then you're gonna be paying $50 and you get one IP.
understood that? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And what about a new router? Like, I have like two routers in my house. Is that like a new
Router,
IP or no?
no, router makes no difference because the IP is coming from the internet service provider to your modem. And the
Got,
router is just an
gotcha.
extension of the modem. I think you're a tech guy, yeah?
Uh, I mean, not that deep. I mean, I would know it. I would know this, but no, yeah, I'm not that
Yeah,
technical about it. So,
got it. So
um,
so yeah, so the router is just like a extender. It's like those
yeah,
it gives you more ports to access the modem because the
yeah,
modem only has like one slot where you can add like one internet or connect it to
gotcha,
one computer. Yeah.
gotcha. All I hear is static IP is better because you
Yeah,
get more. So, okay.
exactly.
I
What
know, I
what
know.
what what I would tell you though is, like me personally, the way that I like to I like scale the business, right? And if I was starting off, I would use before I spend money and start getting static IPs and stuff like that, I would look about it doing it like the freeway. So if you
Mhm.
have like friends or family members that you can set up a computer there and use their phone numbers, I would exhaust my resources first and then I would start investing after like I would let the business make money and then let
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
funds from the business like scale the business.
And do you say that because of funding or because it's better to not have it in the same home?
I say that because in the end of the day, this is a business, and one mistake that I see from people is, like how do you make this sustainable, right? You
Mhm.
want to have
Mhm.
like the lowest overhead cost possible, right? Even like on your
Right.
worst months, right, you're able to sustain the business. So if you're like, let's say you go ahead and you buy like, you know what, I'm gonna get a new phone. I spend $100 for like a mobile plan every month. Like, bro, you're making
Mhm.
the business less sustainable on your worst days.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I
No,
mean?
I got it. I got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So first you like exhaust the resources that you have at your disposal, right? And
And then,
then
you know,
you go ahead and then you start scaling with like the solutions like static IPs and etc. For in the beginning, you should be scrappy.
gotcha. Gotcha. Understood. Understood.
Okay.
Um, the next question I had was, so I watched like almost all your videos, but and I took a little bit notes here and there. So I heard you talk about Hackintoshes on a VM. I don't know if this is appropriate to ask you right now, but
Very deep, yeah. No, go for it.
but so from what I understand, theoretically, you can create multiple Hackintoshes on virtual machines, leading to multiple, not even unlimited accounts, basically, right? Is that
Theoretically. However, it has never been proven, like that has only been proven to create Amazon accounts. So we don't have any
uh
like evidence to suggest that this will work for an eBay account. However,
hmm
since we like are bringing up this topic, I do know somebody that is making multiple eBay account and just a disclaimer, I don't recommend this because haven't done it myself. So I would
hmm
suggest
hmm
nobody to do this yet until like
hmm
we have like like if somebody does it, then we'll
evidence,
know the
yeah.
answer.
Yeah, maybe I'll
Be,
pioneer it and let you guys know.
be the model. So the way that he does it is he gets a MacBook specifically with an M2 chip, right? Because every MacBook is almost identical to every other one, right?
hmm hmm
So from the MacBook, then he downloads a privacy browser called Ads Power, right?
hmm
And then what he does for the IP, he takes his mobile phone. He doesn't buy a proxy or anything like that. He takes his mobile phone and then he takes a wire and connects it to the MacBook and he tethers it because eBay can see if you're using a proxy,
hmm
right?
hmm
And so now it looks to eBay like there is no proxy. You're using a real internet connection. And then you have a MacBook, the device fingerprint is like identical to every single other one. And then the privacy browser gives it like another level of masking to show that it's a different device. And he
hmm
creates the accounts like that. And then he would create like 30 accounts and he would just, every time he opens up, makes a second account, he would disconnect, close the privacy browser, change his IP on the phone by turning it off and on again and then create the second account, and then third account, fourth account, and he would continue like that. To get what I mean?
So kind of. So I understand the mobile IP like turning it off and on again, but he's still using the same browser?
He's using a privacy browser.
Yeah, the ads browser, right? He's
Yeah,
just
it's
closing it and turning it back on?
yeah. So he's closing and turning back the phone because
hmm
when you turn off the phone, you get another IP address, right? When you're using your
Yeah.
data. Like, is that part clear?
Yes, it is. I mean, I understand it's a privacy browser, but I guess it doesn't detect that it's on the same machine. I mean,
So that is so let's rewind. First of all, before we talk about that, like is changing the IP on the phone clear? Like that part is like do you have any do you understand that?
yes, I do, and yeah. So even the MacBook, I understand like it has the same. They have this all of them across the board have the same like hardware and such. Like it's detected as the same. I guess what
Exactly.
I'm not clear on is
The privacy browser.
the privacy browser. I mean, I get that it's a privacy browser, but I guess I don't understand how it's still not detecting.
Yeah. So because the device, right, is so common, right? Um,
Hmm.
theoretically, eBay is not able to tell that, like the one way they're gonna trace you is by how unique your device is, right? And they're gonna be able to
Hmm.
tell like this, like Farouk, you made an account with your second account, but you're using the same computer. You're the only one in the world that had a computer with these USB chips and etc. Right?
Gotcha.
Because you because you had the same device, they're able to find you. But if
Hmm.
you had a MacBook with an M2 chip, the device is so common that they're not able to say that, this is Farouk because thousands of people have made an account with an M2 chip with a MacBook. So they don't flag the MacBook. Se
Gotcha.
Secondly, the privacy browser, right? Your browser has a bunch of cookies, they have a bunch of things that your browser stores that identify you. Right.
Hmm.
So a
Hmm.
privacy browser, what it does is every time you open up another privacy browser, it changes certain aspects of the browser. For example, your screen resolution, right? Maybe it'll
Hmm.
change like the plugins that are added. Like it'll make it seem
Gotcha.
that it's not the same browser. So first
Yes.
we make sure it's not the same device because eBay can track you from that. And if you're using the same browser, they can track you from that as well.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. I mean, it sounds like a legit like solution, but yeah, I guess just gotta try it.
So I asked him that too. The guy who told me he's
Hmm.
deep into the game. Like he's
Yeah,
deep.
yeah, yeah.
Like these guys are like who told me this. Like I'm telling you, within like a couple of minutes, this was like the accumulation of like years of experiments,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
summarized in like a sentence. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then
Right.
I asked him, I'm like, hey, like this sounds pretty good. Like, and then he says, but yeah, this is if it works today, it might not work tomorrow. Maybe they're gonna increase their security. Maybe they're gonna find a way to narrow down that, like the device fingerprint. Maybe they're
Hmm.
gonna figure out a more unique way to track MacBook devices
Right.
later on.
Right. Understood. Understood.
Yeah.
Um,
So you don't
would you?
future-proof the business if you do it this way.
Okay, gotcha. What would you mind? Because I also heard about Proxmox. I don't know. I
Yeah.
forget exactly but I'm
Yeah.
assuming I understand it's like a VM, right?
Yeah, so Proxmox is like a Linux operating system, just like Windows, Mac OS, etc. Right? And what
Yeah.
Proxmox does is it allows you to install Hackintosh onto the computer, right? So
So
it
that could be even Windows, correct?
yes.
Okay.
However, like this has only been like proven to work with Amazon accounts, right?
Gotcha.
Um, I asked the guy like, can you do that for eBay accounts? And he said he tried it and he said it didn't work.
Understood.
Yeah,
Understood.
because they're
Okay.
still able to see the device fingerprint or something, even when you're because I guess they're looking at your hardware. Even if you can
Yeah.
install, Hackintosh, it doesn't mean that you can mask the device like the hardware that you have. So it starts with the hardware.
Understood. Yeah. I only have one other question. I think
Sure.
we covered a lot, but so I'm gonna go ahead and buy a, you know, mini PC and I see a lot of pre-owned ones. So if I wipe it clean, is that enough to like go ahead and start using it?
Yeah, you betcha. You betcha.
Okay.
So what I would tell you would be when you're going about like getting the mini computers and stuff like that, right? nobody can tell you which like laptop to get because we don't have like a database that says like this
Yeah,
one works, this
yeah,
one doesn't, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like there are cases where some computers and devices that you use are just not gonna work, and the reason why is because somebody has done like a lot of fraud with that, and it's like a part of the patterns of fraud, that device specifically now.
Yeah, I understood that because I remember a few other guys asking, so
Yeah,
that's why I'm just buying like whatever different ones because I
good,
understand it doesn't really matter.
good. That's the key.
Yeah,
Ke-
yeah,
Have some differentiation between them.
yeah. I'm basically not gonna buy the same one ever like
Yeah,
twice. So
and really think about your costs, man. Like keep your cost, like even if you have the funds, like whatever you
yeah,
do, keep the cost as minimal as possible. Like reuse the stuff that you already have first, right? Keep it scrappy
hmm
in the beginning. Like I'm telling you, like because the moment you scale this business and your costs are high, then you don't like you're
hmm
not gonna go back and optimize for your costs later,
Yeah,
right?
understood. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's all I had for the account creation. I mean, the other questions I had were I can ask them tonight in the call. So,
Okay, good. So regarding make a recap for me and explain it to me what the plan of action is, yeah? So because I want you to like leave this call
hmm
with a blueprint and a
hmm
plan of action that you're going to be able to execute.
Understood. Yeah, so I'm going to get static IP immediately. I'm going to buy mini PC,
Well, static
mini
IPs
PCs.
or like do you have anybody that like a house or somebody like maybe a family member's house you can set up another computer?
So, like, no, that's kind of why. Like,
Okay.
it's just hard to convince people, like, and then
Okay.
use the computer remotely and stuff like that. I just rather
Okay. Fair enough.
not have to deal with that, honestly. But yeah, so that's kind of why I'm going the static IP route. But yeah, I'm gonna get the static IP mini PCs. I already have some LLCs, so that won't be an issue.
Any
Um,
LLCs that you haven't used on eBay?
I haven't used any.
Okay.
It's
Good.
the account that I have is under my name, so it's even that one is not connected to the LLC.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Good.
gonna use a variation of the names, the EIN, even the LLC's name, date of birth, brand new address, phone number is going to be new as well. Bank is going to be brand new, and I'm going to warm up the account. I'll do it for a lot longer than you suggest, just because um I I'm frustrated with the Sub C11 man. So I'm going to warm it up real nice, you know. So yeah, does that sound like a
Yeah,
plan to you?
yeah, I think so regarding the warm up, the thing you can do is warm it up, right? Pick something like real images and stuff. You get your first sale, you ship it out and wait for the deposit to hit your bank. And the moment you do that, like 7 days of warm up, 1 day of sale, and then you wait for the deposit in the bank, and that's the perfect warm up.
Yeah, yeah, gotcha. So do I have to use their label? You suggest it?
If you can, like I think it's a
Okay.
great idea. I think the key here is waiting for the deposit that
Okay.
hits your bank. Like I do it
Okay.
without it sometimes, but if you want the gold standard, that is the gold standard.
Okay. And I know you said real pictures, but what if I use just like the catalog, something in the catalog?
Catalog is
Is that
fine. Catalog is fine, but then nothing high price, nothing high risk, right? Like things
yeah.
that like maybe books, DVDs, or anything that is not gonna be like
Yeah.
set alerts to eBay.
And just like a few items or what do you just like one item? What do you suggest?
So w when you're warming it up, right,
hmm
you're actually probing eBay to see if you get suspended. Because if you get suspended while listing books or something, then it's very easy to call them and tell them that, hey, I'm selling books, right?
hmm
Unsuspend me, right?
Gotcha. Even if it's like brand new books, like they're not gonna ask for additional.
Because books are very like people don't run
hmm
frauds with
hmm
books. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yes,
So
yes.
the whole point of the warm up is if you get suspended while warming it up with books or something, then it's very easy to unsuspend the account. So you're getting suspended with initially is not a bad thing. It kind of gives you like the ability to call and unsuspend it. That's why we start with books. If you drop ship from the beginning and then you call them, they're gonna be like, "Hey, this is high risk. You're a beginner. How do we know you're gonna take care of the customers?" And then they're gonna boot you from the platform.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. I'll do it a little bit longer. I'll probably do a month, just to be safe. I'm a little bit paranoid, as you know, with MC11. So
I mean, yeah,
I
it's that, like the MC11, the moment you come back from it, right? Like that's when
yeah.
things really start to happen. Because this is one of the deepest problems in the eBay dropshipping
Hmm.
world, right? And if you can come back from it and solve it and then make more accounts, then you have like solved the biggest hurdle. Like everything else is much easier to solve.
Yeah, I think sniping works too well, man. It works too well. And like I said, I didn't even do that much. So if I did more, like, yeah, I mean, I guess it wouldn't have mattered because I would have gotten it anyway. But
Yeah,
120
but
sales, I didn't expect to get it. Yeah, sure, go
you would want to
ahead.
start like bulk theory. Like that's where the real money comes in.
Mhm.
You know,
So what?
sniping is just a way to like get everything started,
Hmm.
right? And then
Hmm.
like see that this is working. And then it's
Hmm.
a way to cater your account to get the profits that you or like to get the revenues that you want and build the momentum. And then the bulk listed items that you list, right? Those are gonna be the ones that you are like really gonna make all your money from.
Yeah, that for sure. I know that for sure. I know. So
Yeah.
I know it all works, but I mean, can I ask you other stuff besides like the
Yeah.
account creation stuff?
Yeah. Go
Okay.
for it.
Well, so I know I have it right now, right? MC11. Is it possible to get it again?
On that same account,
Yes.
yeah, for sure. If you scale too fast, like let's say you did 4,000 in revenue this month and then 40,000 next month, then they're going to be suspicious again. So, what is the MC11? It's eBay's risk management protocol, right? Anything that they would deem as risk is why it would get triggered. So if you are like getting a whole bunch of cancellations, if you're issuing a bunch of refunds and everything, right? People are complaining, a whole bunch of negative feedbacks. They're gonna think that, hey, we need to investigate what's going on with this guy. Do you get what I mean? So
Gotcha.
anything that they deem as risky. So when you're creating these accounts and you're scaling,
Yeah.
you always scale horizontally and never vertically, you know?
Yeah, that's why I create the new accounts. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what, dude? Like it is actually I'm partly to blame for what happened here with the MC11 because just to be honest, I didn't know you'd get you'd get so much traction so quick. You know what I mean?
Well, I did either, man. I just got lucky. I got lucky and unlucky, you know?
I, I wouldn't say that you got lucky. I think the way that you want to do it is you list your first 100 items with sniping just to like get the account started. And then you
Hmm.
start bulk listing because bulk listing, you're gonna list 1,000 items. Not all 1,000 of them are gonna sell. Maybe a couple of them will. You get what I mean?
But if I had sniped 100, then in my opinion, I probably would have sold almost all of them anyway, and then got in MC11 anyway, even without, in my opinion, even
Yeah.
without the,
The
I don't
difference
know.
with you was you were more comfortable getting the sales instead of the profits. Because I remember some of the items that you were you were listing and then you were just taking the L just to get the sale. You get what I mean?
Y- Yeah, because you said sales bring more sales. So I'm like, okay, if
Yeah.
I take a few L's here and there,
So
give
you
me more
look
L's, give me more L's, dude. Like, okay, I'll take the W in the end, you know?
Yeah. So you actually had a more mature perspective on how you ran this business, right? Because typically a beginner would be like like I think you see it. There's people in the Discord they say that hey, I'm losing like $5 on this. Should I cancel the order? You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Dude. I lost like 200 and I still like, yo, here you go. And like the customers like raving, like going crazy, So, because
It felt
I
good though,
understand
yeah?
the yeah, because you got to understand the account is more important than losing 200 when over time you're gonna have that money come in, right? You're gonna make that 200 back anyway, like probably in the
Anyway, yeah.
next month anyway. So like at first I was in the same boat as them. I was like, dude, what? Like, why am I losing money? But then I understood, like, okay, the account is more important. So take the L right now. You take a couple like, jabs to the face, but then you hit him with the knockout blow, so it's okay.
Yeah, true. But in my opinion though, you shouldn't take L's. Every L should be like a learning experience so it doesn't happen again. In
Yeah.
this business, right, with the sniping technique and product substitution, there should be no reason to ever lose money. Do you get what I
Yeah.
mean? You just do better research or deeper research.
The reason I got the L's in the first place was two reasons. So one, I wasn't using Ecom Sniper at first. I just kind of like saw your videos and then I didn't buy it. I was just like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna, try eBay. And then I was using AutoDS. I don't know if you remember me telling you that,
Yeah,
but
I remember
and
that.
then once I took it off my account, I think that's what kind of like screwed over because it does like the tracking of the prices and stuff.
Right.
And then I don't know what happened, but it screwed over a lot of like the prices, and that's where I lost the money. It wasn't because of like
Oh,
what you
gotcha.
had taught me.
From
And then
sniping, yeah.
yeah, it wasn't because of well, the sniping I did wrong as well because what I understood at first was, hey, put it to the lowest possible price. But then, obviously after talking to you, and then you're like, hey, no, don't do that. You want to still be able to make some profit. Like you said, like you never really want to be losing. But yeah, now I understand it. I understand like even the product substitution stuff. So yeah, I'm not gonna be losing money,
I'm telling
so
you. I'm telling you. You know, dude, you're one of the guys that I'm looking forward to the most to see what happens. You know, because you're one of the guys that are most engaging. You know what I mean? And I think other
yeah,
people are seeing that too.
really. I mean, I'm obsessed with it right now. Like and
It
I got
works.
people. I know it works because remember I told you I watched your stuff, and I was like, yeah, here you go, another BS guy like on YouTube, and but yo, here I am, and it really works, guys. It really works. Let's do it. Like like hey, I'm so happy I met you and stuff. But yeah, dude, it's incredible.
Me too, bro.
I'm scared. Like, what's gonna happen myself? So let's see what happens.
Good, good. So, dude, I think like the way that you're doing it is one of the smallest ways because you're attending the weekly meetings, you're digesting all the information, you really spend time in learning the business. And how could you go wrong like that? You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, yeah,
a lot of people would come into it, but they wouldn't take advantage of the weekly meetings. But that's really where the value is. Like it's in the end of the day, this whole business is educational, right? You need to
yeah.
understand it, right? And the nuances, there's so many little things, right? And if you
Trust me.
understand all those little things, now you can like kind of you skip
Mm-hmm.
all the mistakes. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So in
Yeah,
theory, the
yeah.
theory is so simple, but it's the
Mm-hmm.
little things that really are gonna take you far.
Yeah, that's why like luckily at my day job, it's on the computer. I just watch you guys. Like I watch all your videos, take little notes on my computer. So that's why I have like all these. I'm taking all the little things. I'm optimizing like crazy as well. Everything you're saying, I'm like really, really taking notes to it. And dude, the calls are crazy too. Because I mean, I'm doing Poshmark. I made my first sale yesterday. I was talking to like Bennett and stuff. So
Yo, my guy. Yo. Gee, how much you make from that?
$5, but it's a W, bro. It's a W. It's a
Yo,
W.
bro, it works everywhere.
It does. It does.
I'm telling you.
It just takes time. It's crazy, dude. But I'm trying all of them. I'm doing Mercari too. Walmart. I got to figure that out a little bit. I'm kind of confused. And then Dude, it's gonna be fun. Like next year, it's gonna be crazy. So
Yo, bro, like, isn't it crazy that it worked on Poshmark?
it's absolutely nuts. It's absolutely nuts. My friend, she was telling me that like Mercari's better and stuff. She's like, oh, she's never sold on Poshmark, blah blah blah. But I've had more success on Poshmark than Mercari. But it works anywhere, dude.
It
The
works
the the
anywhere.
ball. I know like I believe it like because it's literally about the it's a numbers game, man.
Numbers game. It's a number. So I'm writing a guide to explain like the concepts of bulk theory, but more like we're just kind of like summarizing the entire concept in a more understandable fashion. I'm gonna send that to you like when it's done, and I
Yeah,
want your
yeah.
feedback on it because once you read that document, right? It's gonna click. Like not just
Mm.
that it works, but once you understand the why on a deeper level, like it just, like it changes the game completely. Like after
Yeah,
you
yeah.
understand that, dude, you're gonna feel like I could sell anywhere. Like at this time, the way that I feel about ecom is like we've learned the skill. So
Hmm.
it doesn't matter if eBay is gone or all of these marketplaces are gone. As long as you understand why the sale happened, right? There
Yeah,
will you'll
yeah.
you'll never be taken out of the game.
That's what I love about like your mindset because I know you're not even thinking like it's an eBay thing. It's really this could apply anywhere, and that's the best part because yeah, like if let's say eBay disappears or whatever, just hop onto something else. And same thing. We're gonna win anyway.
Exactly. Exactly. Like whatever
So,
you just did with Poshmark, it would work the same way with the Shopify store and posting pins on Pinterest. And
dude,
we're
don't get
working
me
on
started
all of
with
that.
Pinterest. Don't get me started with Pinterest.
You have
Like,
experience?
dude, it's crazy. I mean, so what I was doing is when I was sniping, I was sharing. It's kind of annoying, but it takes 5 seconds. You just do it. But I got like I think I did like maybe every product that I did. I probably posted like maybe 50 or something, and I got like 700 views, and I'm pretty sure some of my
Bro,
sales
you're
are from
you're so
Pinterest.
smart, dude. You're so smart, man. Because I don't even talk about that deeply. The fact that you even thought about it or like executed on that just shows how deep you went into it. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not smart. I'm just taking like little details that you guys say. I'm like, oh, this guy's because you made a some guy made a video with you on pictures. I'm like, okay, let me implement that as well, So
But you took
I'm not
action,
smart,
dude.
dude.
No, you
Yeah,
took
yeah,
action, dude. That is what smart is. Like all of this stuff that I learned to begin with, right? It's either from experiments or watching from somebody else, and we're just taking all the pieces and putting it all together.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? And we're just applying it to our business. Like imagine everything that we like right now. Imagine having to collect all of that stuff by yourself. You know what I
nah,
mean? How
bro.
many years of maybe you'd never like get exposed to some of these concepts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, guys, everything you're watching right now, you're hearing, this is like secret stuff. Like this is crazy, dude.
I'm t-
Like this is actually insane, dude. Like I would not have like thought this would be working. So and it does. So it's crazy. It's life changing, honestly.
Bro, I'm telling you, like even for me personally, I've been doing this for 8 years, and it still blows my mind every day that this stuff is real. Like, who would have thought that you can make money from your computer, right? If you
Yeah.
just understand some principles. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
And because of you, like I understand almost everything works. Like all of the, Amazon stuff, all of the ads they do, everything works. It's just really about putting that time in, honestly, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Like ecom, once you get it, dude. Right? And then it's just a matter of scale, right? How much you make
Yeah.
is not
Yeah.
it's every business works. It's just like even the Poshmark thing, you can take that to $1 million. And what do you need to do to make
Mm.
that $1 million? Let me see if you can answer that.
Same thing. I mean, same principle, bulk list on one account. Do same thing as eBay. You just get multiple accounts as well.
So
Bulk
so
list.
simple. So simple. Bro,
But that's the hard part, right? That's the hard part though, to execute,
the
right?
execution, yes.
because there's nuances, right, to creating those accounts. You got to be careful, right? But yeah, it is quite simple. I'm still like I'm kind of hesitant to like I don't want to. The problem isn't even the sales. It's like to not get banned. Like you can make literally however much you want, but you know you'll get hit with the ban,
Yeah.
right?
The
So
nuances in perfecting the model.
yeah, you gotta, and even if you want to scale one account, right, you got to do it slowly because it's better not to risk it. So now I understand, and I didn't mean to do like 7K rev, dude. It happened by accident, dude. So
I'm telling you. So like this business gets summarized into two things after you learn how to make money, right? And it becomes account creation and suspension prevention. Like this
mhm,
is the core of what e-com is after you learn the fundamentals, right? Especially on
100%,
marketplaces. You know what I
100%.
mean?
Yeah, that's literally the main thing you have to watch out for. Because yeah, like sales isn't even the issue. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's coming for sure. Especially if you snipe bulk list, like yeah, it's like it's guaranteed, dude. Like it's literally guaranteed.
I'm telling you.
So.
And I'll tell you one more thing, like that I came across recently. So I spoke to like an IT professional, right? He's who works on like the security side for like major companies, right? Um, and he told me that Amazon and eBay are like one of the top two companies in the world that have like the strongest security. Do you get what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
And we are solving the problems on Amazon and eBay. So
Wow.
if we can do this here, then everything else becomes easy. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yes, yes, I do. I
So the
do.
skills that you learn on scaling your eBay and Amazon accounts, right? All of that, it becomes like transferable to every other business, like in the e-com space. And it becomes
Yeah.
infinitely easier too.
Yeah. And I mean, I do want to say though, like, because the first call we had, right, I told you my problem was constantly jumping into
Mhm.
things, into different things. I was trying so many different things. So I definitely I think it's better to just focus on one thing. The
100%.
only reason, yeah, the only reason I'm doing Poshmark is because I can't really do anything on eBay. So I'm like, okay, let me find something else real quick. But I'm 100% into eBay, man. Like that's literally all I'm looking at.
I think it's fine to do Poshmark as long as you are not inventing the wheel.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you just don't want to be the first one that's doing it. You want to walk the path of somebody else, right? And Bennett was the guy, man.
yeah.
Like
No,
if
he's incredible. He's incredible.
dude,
He
that guy is a super hustler too, man. You know,
I
if
mean,
you
look at these young guys, dude. Like they're what, like 18, 19. Like Beckett too. He's helping me with AliExpress too and stuff. So yeah, these guys are amazing. These calls are super helpful. I feel like I'm the dummy, I'm
no,
the kid
bro,
and like.
no, bro, you're like all of this stuff, everybody learns it from each other and they just pass it down, right? Bennett,
Yeah, yeah,
like he got on a, like I got on a ton of call, like he joined a couple months before you, right? I
yeah,
got on a
yeah,
tons of calls with him before that, right? So
yeah.
it's just like, you know, we're passing down the knowledge. And then
Yeah.
Bennett was the reason he came with Poshmark because he watched somebody else that did it. And then he
Hmm.
told me that, hey, can you integrate it? I'm like, sure. And
Hmm.
then
Hmm.
he kind of is pioneering that way. And now that you know that now that you got your first sale with the Poshmark, like yo, share that with everybody and like learn from them as well. Like that's how you're gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah.
real like friends and mentors where you can constantly
Hmm.
exchange value. Because
Hmm.
make no mistake, bro, that whatever you just did with Poshmark is not a joke. Like you have started another stream.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
think
and I didn't.
Bennett was telling me he was doing like 30, 40 bucks a day like that.
Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait. We're climbing up there. Yeah, I still prefer eBay. I think obviously your ecom sniper is meant for it, right? So, and
Yeah.
there's not the the issue with like other things, or they're just not as good, dude. Like everything else kind of sucks. They
For
can't
now.
list that good. I mean, dude, like Ecop Cypher's the way better than everything. I mean, AutoDS sucks, and like, yeah, it's just I don't even really want to do Poshmark. Just eh, I rather just do eBay, man. I can see it, I can see the results,
Yeah, you
and
betcha.
they speak for themselves.
You
So
betcha. I think since you've already started the Poshmark, you just continue it, right? Because you don't want to
yeah,
be in the habit of ever like stopping. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's just like
You've already
it's a because
started.
no, for sure. It's just like I don't really want to use the credits on it. I don't want to use the credits on it. I'd rather just wait for my eBay account to get back and then just,
It should be
you
free,
know,
dude. It should be
it's taking
free.
credits, bro. It's taking credits, bro.
How many credits, bro?
So let's say I do like 100. I think it takes like 20. I
Oh,
didn't calculate exactly.
I think that was a bug, you know, like just submit the form for like your credit reimbursement. The Poshmark lister is like a free bonus, dude.
Bro, don't
Yeah.
tell me that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, okay,
So
okay.
yeah, like I think Bennett told me. I thought I fixed it, but I'll take a look again. Yeah, like because the Poshmark is like a bonus. Like the whole method isn't fully cultivated yet, you know?
Yeah,
So for the
yeah.
pioneers, like you guys, if you're gonna pioneer the industry, then you have my full support for it.
Bro, that's a game changer, bro. That's insane. Okay, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, and yeah, I just didn't know that. Yeah, the Poshmark lister and every lister that we do outside of eBay, like it's just gonna be like free. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah. No, that's huge because the thing that I was using, it's straight garbage. Like you have to literally, let's say, because I'm trying to post in bulk, right? Like, let's
Mhm.
say I do 300 listings. Well, it doesn't even do 300. It does like 50 max. It just stops. And so I have to literally go in, fix the description, fix the blah 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 blah. Do it takes like 30 seconds for each. Now, if I use Ecom Sniper, I put 300 links. It's done in like 5 minutes, and I'm like, yo, like, why am I using anything else? Low key is worth the pay. It's worth paying it out, honestly, even if it was using credits.
No, but it's free. Like
Yeah,
even with credits for Ecom Sniper, like we have like the promotions that we
yeah,
have, bro. Like the people like if you get 200 sales, that's 2,000 credits.
yeah. So you want us to post in the wins, like,
Yeah,
and then send? Okay,
and
I guess that's what I wasn't doing. So
I have a doc that you can see, and it because it's so simple. It's not even like it doesn't take too much time, and then every
yeah,
week you can just submit it, and then like credits will never be like an issue for anybody. Like that's like
hmm
the that's what we wanted to cultivate, dude.
yeah,
Because we'll gain so much more from everybody,
yeah,
being successful. Like if you become a millionaire, dude, like that's gonna be the greatest thing you can do for me. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Because then
No,
I'm
I
gonna be
do.
like,
Yeah,
yo, Farouk, bro, like take me with you, man. What you do?
yeah. No, dude. Before I even get there, we gotta make sure you're like a billionaire. So so
Bro, whoever gets there first, like there's no issue, you know what I mean? We'll all take each other out.
yeah. No, you're the grandmaster though. You have to. I mean, I don't want to talk income and stuff. I'm sure
Nah, bro,
you're doing pretty well. So
I don't want to be that. I don't want to be like the like I would prefer if everybody gets higher than me. So I can learn from them because
yeah,
that'll just
and you're
make
a
me
humble
more.
guy. You're a humble guy. That's why, But
No, but
I want you to make the most. So you deserve it, man. You're putting us on.
but it's it but taking what I'm saying like this is really
Yeah,
serious to me too, because
yeah.
like I truly believe that the fastest way to success is having mentors that are above you. You
hmm
know what I mean?
For sure.
And that is ultimately true for me as well. You know what I
hmm
mean? So like if somebody gets much higher than me, like I'm super happy for that. I just want to learn from you. Do you get
Yeah.
what I mean? And if I can take part, like for example, like you or Bennett or Elias or somebody, you guys like or like cultivate a new path. And because of these conversations that we're having today, you're gonna remember me. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
I'll watch you every day. Yeah, I'm not forgetting. Yeah.
And then you're gonna be like you're gonna be willing to spend like those couple hours with me to get me started and or like help me
hmm
so that I can continue from that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, dude, come on. You put me on, so yeah, for sure.
Bro, and I would suggest you do the same for others like that because you're like securing yourself and stabilizing yourself the more that your network builds.
Yeah, so I have my brother and then I have my friend who also wants to do it and I'm kind of waiting like to kind of get this down before I even putting them on
It,
because
it doesn't have to be them. Like anybody who has
yeah, yeah.
questions, maybe in the communities or something,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? The more value you provide, like you can cash in those favors one day.
No, for sure. You're absolutely right. I like sometimes I'm like, dang, this is a secret I don't want to reveal, because it's like it's the knowledge is crazy, dude,
I,
you
I I
know?
thought I thought that too, but like the Poshmark, like nobody would have introduced me to that if it wasn't for Bennett.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what?
No, I get it now. I get it now. And I'll keep you updated because I'm gonna try other things. I'm gonna focus on eBay, but I'm gonna try like pretty much all the marketplaces. And then yeah, yeah, I'll put you on first. Don't worry, bro.
Sounds good, man. All right, so just to recap, like you're gonna, so for the next time, like, because I wanna get an update with you, like maybe a month or 2 months later.
Yeah, yeah.
Recap what your goals are, and then we'll follow up with you just to make sure that so every because people are gonna watch this video and they're gonna watch a
Yes,
follow up too.
absolutely. So 1 month from now, I'll have 5 accounts. Each of them probably warming up at that point. Not like I said before, I'm kind of hesitant to go crazy right away, but maybe I'll just follow that 7 day on a few. We'll see. But I'll go ahead and make the accounts, brand new accounts, do it properly, review everything you said, um, make sure I do it right, and yeah, we'll follow up again.
Yeah, good. And last things, give some advice for anybody watching this video how to like successfully start their eBay account or eBay
Dude,
dropshipping business.
dude, just start. Like I didn't believe this stuff either, but once you do it, like you will see. I mean, I thought it was all nonsense, but just start and you will make money. Like it's quite simple. The Ecom Sniper makes it super easy, makes it super simple. You're clicking buttons, dude. Like it's literally a baby can do this. A baby can do it. So just start. It's literally that simple and go from there.
Alrighty. Have a good one, guys.
All right, brother, take it easy.